morning, YouTube. Welcome to another episode of Discussion with me, Akito Swiftly. So we're going to go over some Phantom Rage. We will be opening some stuff later. So, as I'm sure you people are aware, we did win the opening of Yu-Gi-Oh! First. So hopefully we can get ourselves maybe a cover card as well as a shiny bejazzled dinosaur. And then for tomorrow, we've got some Pokemon to open. Got 14 packs for your birthday, which isn't too bad from the children, and my wife's grandmother. So, as we get into this, we're going to talk about Phantom Rage. It's going to bring in some new stuff to the archetypes of UAs. It's going to bring in stuff for FAs, because apparently they were meant to be like a really big archetype, and then they just didn't make it work. I mean, Formula Synchron's pretty cool. What else? Tri-Brigade. Tri-Brigade looks really good. Datascape looks really good. And I think there's a few other things. Sacred Beasts are getting some support in that set. They're going to get an even bigger boss monster that doesn't work that well compared to this fella. I mean, this guy's not the greatest, but at least he works. So yeah, let's jump into the video. And as always, guys, leave a like, comment, subscribe. If you don't like it, please tell me why. All I can do is change for you guys if you don't like it. But yeah, see you in the video. Right, guys, we're just going to go over like what this set is, and then we're going to look at the new stuff. So, Phantom Rage is a booster pack in the Yu-Gi-Oh! Official card game, the OCG, and the Yu-Gi-Oh! Trading card game, the TCG. In its second set of the OCG's 11th series following Rise of the Duelist, this set was originally scheduled to be released in Japan on July 18th. That's tomorrow! But, amidst the 2020 Crush Card virus, because we know I would say that, its release was delayed until the 8th of August, which is, oddly enough, like the day after my wife's birthday. 2020. No official reason was provided for the delay. In all fairness, unless it's because they had to shut the factory down in Japan for like 2 weeks, so basically they just knew they wouldn't get the mass amounts of cards that they needed out. There probably shouldn't have been a reason they closed down the factory. But with how everything has gone on in the world and what we saw in America, for instance, like that makes sense. Europe didn't have any delays with its main sets, but it did have a delay with Secret Slayers, so there is always that. So, what's in here? We get new members support for the Dark Worlds, the FAs, the Neffis, the weird ritual bird things. He gets a nice normal summon card that makes no sense because of how Neffis work. Penguin support, because penguins need support. Phantasm, which is going to be the new boss monster for the Sacred Beasts. Phantom Knights. Prank Kids, yes, Prank Kids are getting some support in here after I think like 2 years. Raid Raptor, Rank Up Magic, Rebellion, that's what I believe what is on the front of the packaging. The Phantom Knights, the UAs, XYZs, and XYZ Dragons, as well as Sacred Beasts, which is this one, so I don't know what it says as well as, and Signature Move Series. I'm not sure who this is, so we have a quick look. This is... sorry, yes, it's the... trap cards and spell cards that are very similar. This also introduced the Datascape Gates, which we'll have a look at later. The Soten, we can't look at this as they've basically released the name, but they haven't released any cards for this set yet. So we can't look at that. And the Tri-Brigade, which we're going to go over first, and then we're going to have to go look at Tri-Brigade afterwards. And I think a lot of people know that the OCG, they do it where your first box is you basically get a box topper, and it goes like your one bonus pack normally has like a few, like not necessarily promotional cards, but it has like a few of the nicer cards in. It has done in the past. As per usual, your stuff. So let's go into this then. Tri-Brigade. So Tri-Brigade contains the portmanteau consisting of tri, referring to their 3 different types, and tribe and brigade. It's, in all fairness, it's the Tri-Brigade as there are 3 of them as well. Tri-Brigade's archetype shares the same universe as the Dragma, as seen in the artwork and spells and traps. So, as we all like to know, Konami likes to sort of link their worlds together. So, Rise of the Duelist is basically linking in with Phantom Rage. Dragma series is something I'm really looking forward to that comes out next month. So we shall see what's going on there. If you don't know, these guys are basically all about linking themselves out with their own stuff. It's a very good archetype. So if we have a quick look at their cards, we got our level 2 Beast. If you discard one of a Beast, Beast Warrior, or Winged Beast monster, special summon this card from your hand, you can banish any number of Beast, Beast Warriors, and or Winged Beast monsters from your graveyard. Special summon one Beast, Beast Warrior, or Winged Beast monster, Link monster from your extra deck with a Link rating equal to the number banished. Also, you cannot use monsters as linked materials for the rest of this turn except Beast Warrior, and Winged Beast monsters. You can only use the effect of Tri-Brigade, I'm going to say Xeris, once per turn. Dude's a massive ox. What's not to love? Look at him. He's got like a rocket launcher. He's a goddamn beast. Look at him. Then we have... how do we say this person's name? We'll find it somewhere else. You can send this card from your hand to the field, to the graveyard. Send one level 3 or lower Beast Warrior, or Winged Beast monster from your deck to the graveyard. You can banish any number of Beast Warrior, and or Winged Beast monsters from your graveyard. Special summon one Beast Warrior, or Winged Beast Link monster from your extra deck, with a link rating equal to the number banished. Also, you cannot use monsters with the link materials for the rest of this turn except Beast Warrior, and Winged Beast monsters. You can only use the effect of Tri-Brigade Fractor once per turn. I mean, he's a Minotaur. He's a fraction. That's what I don't know. But yeah, I'm really gonna like this one. It's super great in Zodiac. So if you guys haven't got your Zodiac stuff, get it now. It's quite cheap. Everything besides Zodiac Choconon is like ridiculously cheap at the moment. So yeah, if you can get your hands on it, get your hands on it. You can banish any number of Beast Warriors, and or Winged Beast monsters from your graveyard. Special summon one Winged Beast Warrior, or Winged Beast Link monster from your extra deck, with a link rating equal to the number banished. Also, you cannot use monsters as link materials for the rest of the turn except Beast Warriors, and Winged Beast monsters. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can add one Tri-Brigade monster from your deck to your hand except Tri-Brigade Naval. You can only use this effect of Trust once per turn. He's a level 1. He's going to be your 1-for-1 searcher. This deck not necessarily does it all, but it's very consistent in how it searches itself out. You are using both the Tri-Brigade engine with the Zodiac engine, and they're both very consistent, so you can always get something on the field. First trap card. Target one link monster you control. Special summon one Beast Warrior, or Winged Beast monster from your hand or graveyard with a different type. If you control at least one of each Beast Warrior and Winged Beast monsters, you can banish this card from your graveyard. Then target one face up Spartan trap card your opponent controls. Negate its effects until the end of this turn. You can only use the effect of Oath effect once per turn, and only once that turn. So there you go. As they're probably well aware, it's very easy to just continuously like destroy things with these cards. So yeah, I don't really blame them for making these things one per turn. Special summon any number of Beast Warriors and or Winged Beast monsters you are banished and or in your graveyard, but negate their effects if any. And if you do, immediately use this effect resolves. Link summon one Tri-Brigade Link monster using only these monsters. You can only use the effect of Tri-Brigade Revolt once per turn. So yeah. Then we have their Link monsters. So it takes two Beast Warrior and or Winged Beast monsters during your main phase. You can special summon one level 4 or lower Beast Warrior or Winged Beast monster from your hand. Also, you cannot use monsters as link materials for the rest of the turn except Beast Warriors and Winged Beast monsters. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can draw one card and then place one card from your hand on the bottom of your deck. You can only use the effect of Tri-Brigade Philogit, the fruitless flower, once per turn. That's a little bit sad. This guy is a goddamn werewolf, although he's a werewolf killer. Yeah, Tri-Brigade Raguru, the silver bullet. So, yeah. 2+ Beast Warrior and Winged Beast monsters. During your opponent's main phase, quick effect, you can special summon one level 4 or lower Winged Beast Warrior or Winged Beast main monster from your hand or graveyard. By negating its effects, you can also return it to the hand during the end phase. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can make all the monsters your opponent controls currently controls use 300 attack for each of the monsters you control with a different type. So you're going to have Beast Warriors, you're going to have Winged Beasts, and you're going to have Beasts on the field. So that's normally 900 minus attack power. You think that sounds like a lot, but Yu-Gi doesn't use a lot of high-powered monsters to like fill their boards nowadays. A lot of them are sort of around about the 1500 mark. Obviously, most end boards look like they've got a few big monsters on the field, but even then, if your highest monster's only got 3000 attack and they get shrunk down to 21, this boy's swinging over him. It's good. For each monster you control, until the end of this turn, you can only use the effects of Tri-Brigade Lugal, the silver bullet, as better. I say, Ruguru was a bit of a weird one, but that's like werewolf in like Japanese. And then we have, I ain't even trying that. Beast Warrior and Winged Beast monster. This card is special summoned, or if another Beast Warrior and or Winged Beast monster is special summoned to your field, you can banish one card on the field. If this card is sent, remember this is, you can No, you have to. You can. And it's any card on the field. So, goodbye, my friends. So if this goes into the graveyard, you can add one beast warrior and or winged beast monster from your deck to the hand, whose level is less than or equal to the number of banished beast warrior and winged beast monsters. You can only use the effect of Trebregate, strike the wicked winged once per turn. I mean, he's your beat stick for the deck. He's not that bad. And then Airborne as their spell. So yeah, this is the Dragma. This is Maskless Wicked. Target one beast warrior or winged beast monster you control. First summon one beast warrior or winged beast monster from your deck in defense position, whose attack is less than or equal to the target monsters, and it is a different type, but negate its effects until the end of turn. Also, you can not special summon monsters from the extra deck for the rest of the turn, except link monsters. You can only activate one Trebregate Airborne once per turn. In all fairness, depending on how this turns out, you might like turn one, you might basically just make your Zodiac board, and then that's your play for the turn, and then your following turn it's going to be like just spam out your Tri-Brigade. You're going to have a good board. Tri-Brigade line. You can special summon monsters from the extra deck, except beast warriors, and you cannot winged beast monsters. You can send one monster from the hand to the field or to the hand or field to the graveyard. Add one Tri-Brigade monster from your deck to the hand with a different original type than the monster you send to the graveyard. You can only use the effect of Tri-Brigade line once per turn. If this card in the owner's spell or trap zone is destroyed by an opponent's card effect, you can activate this effect. Your opponent cannot declare an attack for the rest of the turn. So, yeah, that's pretty good. And then, just for more along the lines of things that will just fit well into this deck, we'll have Fire Formation Tenki. When this card is activated, you can add one level 4 or lower Beast Warrior monster from your deck to your hand, or Beast Warrior monsters you control gain 100 attack. You can only activate one Fire Formation Tenki per turn. Let's face it, I'm pretty sure all the Zodiac are Beast Warriors. There's at least one Beast Warrior in here. I think it's this guy. No, that's Beast. Is it you? Yeah, your Beast Warrior from here is your Centaur. So, you're going to have at least a few options. Smorg Burger Sovereignty has to include a Winged Beast. We have Winged Beasts in here. So, or it's a link free. But here you go, you cannot be using link material. Your opponent cannot target this card or Winged Beast monsters this card points to with your card's effect. If this card would be destroyed by battle, you can destroy one of a Smorg card you control instead. During the end phase, you can special summon one Winged Beast monster from your hand or deck with a level equal to or lower than the total number of unused spell and traps on the field. You can only use the effect of Smorg Bird Sovereignty once per turn. In all fairness, that's not terrible. It's like a nice sort of like extra deck filler. Not necessarily something you want to use, but it's nice to see. And then, for last of all, for this one, Cattle Call. I'm not saying this is an amazing card, but they are currently available quite freely on the market and relatively priced. So, send one face-up monster you control to the graveyard, whose original type is Beast Warrior or Winged Beast. Special summon one monster from your extra deck with the same original type, but it cannot attack. Its effects are negated. It's also destroyed during the end phase. You can only activate one Cattle Call per turn. I'm pretty sure we have a card in the graveyard that says if it gets destroyed, like destroying of opponent's monsters or summon things, it's very good for this. I'm not saying it's definitely a card you've got to play in this set, but it's just a good card anyway. So yeah, that will be it for these guys, and then when you come back in a second, we'll be doing Datascape. So, just so we know, this is what Datascape is, also called the Computer World Gate. In the Japanese version, is an archetype of continuous spells and traps that support the Datascape archetype. So, it's going to be like a very weird version of, I think, Altergeist like 2.0. So, this is our first card. RuneScape Lady Ruiru. If this card is in your hand, you can target one Datascape card you control. You cannot special summon monsters for the rest of the turn, except level 3 / rank 3 or higher monsters. Also, send one Datascape card from your deck to the graveyard with a different card type, monster, spell, or trap from the targeted card. And if you do, special summon this card. Then you can add one Datascape card from your deck to your hand with a different card type from the targeted card and the card you sent to the graveyard, except Datascape Lady Ruru. You can only use the effect of Datascape Lady Ruru once per turn. So yeah, so it's card types. It's saying monster. So yes, it's going to be monster, spell, or trap. So if you pick a trap, you can then pick a monster. If you've picked a monster, then you have to pick a spell. So you're going to be plussing off this anyway. But this is going to be quite a good archetype to see when it comes out. It's going to be very, I would say, aggressive. Or it seems like it should be an aggressive archetype. If a level 3 monster is no more special summoned onto the field, or this card is in your graveyard, except during your damage step, you can special summon this card. Ruru was level 3. And if you do, it's treated as a tuner. But banish it when it leaves the field. Also, you cannot special summon monsters for the rest of the turn except level 3/rank 3 or higher monsters. If this card is banished, you can target one card. Sorry, you can target one of your other banished cards, shuffle it into the deck. You can only use the effect of Data Escape Princess Niang. So that's what it is. Once per turn. Oh, excuse me. Oh, itchy nose. Hey, people like crazy. This beautiful bad boy. If this card, oh, I'm really so good. If this card is in your hand, you can target one Data Escape card you control. You cannot special summon monsters for the rest of the turn, except level 3/rank 3 or higher monsters. Also, sorry guys. Also, send one Data Escape card from your deck to the graveyard with a different card type, monster, spell, or trap, from the targeted card. And if you do, special summon this card. Also, during the end phase of this turn, you can add one Data Escape monster from your graveyard to your hand, except Data Escape ZZZ. You can only use the effect of Data Escape ZZZ once per turn. He's a worm. That guy looks more like a beast. But look at him. Oh, such a happy boy. Big TV smiles. What's the name of this guy? Quilin Linlin. I mean, that's basically the god of the elements in Chinese mythology. If this card is in your hand, you can target one Data Escape card you control. You cannot special summon monsters for the rest of this turn, except level 3 or rank 3 or higher monsters. Also, send one Data Escape card from your deck to the graveyard with a different card type, monster, spell, or trap from the targeted cards. And if you do special summon this card, then you can send one Data Escape card from your deck to your graveyard with a different card type from the targeted card and the card you sent to the graveyard, except Data Escape Quilin Lilin. You can only use the effect of Data Escape Quilin Lilin once per turn. So yeah, as you can already see, this is going to be a very strong archetype. I'm not going to say it's going to be a good archetype, but you're having to put once per turn things on all this stuff because otherwise this is going to be crazy. Data Escape Servant. Lao. Sorry, Savant. If this card is in your hand, you can target one Data Escape card you control. You cannot special summon monsters from the rest of your turn, except level 3 and rank 3 or high monsters. Also, send one Data Escape card from your deck to your graveyard with a different card type, monster, spell, or trap from the targeted card. And if you do special summon this card, then you can special summon this from your graveyard. In defense position, one Data Escape monster with a different name than this card can be sent to the graveyard, but negate its effect. You can only use the effect of Data Escape Savant Lao once per turn. So it's going to be a psychic worm archetype, which I thought was a bit weird. And this is going to be Rabbit Tutu. So if you control no monsters, or all monsters you control are psychics, and all worm monsters, you can normal summon this card without tributing it. If this card is in your graveyard, you can discard one psychic or worm monster special summon this card, and if you do, treat it as it's a tuner, but banish it when it leaves the field. Also, you cannot special summon monsters for the rest of this turn, except level 3/rank 3 or higher monsters. You can only use the effects of Data Skip Rabbit Tutu once per turn. Again, if this could just be left alone, it'd just basically get banned in the next ban list because it'd be just ridiculous. And then it goes into Synchros. So it has Synchros and it has Exquisites. So yeah, that's what it's on about ranks. One tuner plus one non-tuner monster cannot be destroyed by battle. All card effects while you have 2 or more monsters with the same original type and attribute but different names in your graveyard. You can banish 2 monsters with the same original type and attribute but different names from your graveyard, then target one card on the field, sent to the graveyard. You can only use the effect of Data Escape Beast Juju once per turn. It's targeting, and as we know, targeting isn't that great. There's quite a few boss monsters that have, like, cannot be targeted. But it's obviously a few cards on the field that are going to be pretty good. And in all fairness, it's 1 card, so I mean, say you're playing like maybe against a Mystic Mind player, and or something like that. I don't know how it's going to work. It's going to be very, very strange. Maybe we'll have to see. I think we're going to use it for maybe Mystic Mind. Any card sent from the field to the graveyard is banished instead. You can only use the effect of the following: Data Escape Fox Zayan once per turn. When your monster declares an attack, you can return 1 banished monster from your graveyard. That's alright, that's not bad. When your monster declares an attack, you can return 1 banished monster to the graveyard. During your main phase, except the turn this card was sent to the graveyard, you can banish 2 other monsters with different original types and attributes from your graveyard. Special summon this card from the grip. Damn! Recurring. Not bad. Who's this guy? Datascape Dragon Long. Okay. So 2+ level 3 monsters with the same attributes and type. Or this card has material. Your opponent cannot target it with card effects. Awesome. When your opponent activates the effect of monsters with an attribute that is not on the field, or they control a face-up monster, quick effect, you can attach 2 materials from this card, negate the activation. You can only use the effect of Datascape Dragon Long once per turn. Nice. And then this is Datascape Shell Gigi. Once per turn, you can detach 1 material from this card, and then target 1 face-up monster you control. It cannot be destroyed by battle until the end of your opponent's turn. Once per turn, after damage calculations, if this card battled an opponent's monster, and you have 2 or more monsters with the same original type and attribute in your graveyard, you can banish that opponent's monster. Damn, I mean, you are throwing in a 1000 attack power monster, so yeah, okay. Once per turn, so this is going to be Datascape Phoenix Fen. Once per turn, you can attach 2 materials from this card, then target 1 face-up monster your opponent controls, and 1 card in either graveyard. Banish them. If this XYZ summon card is destroyed by battle, with an opponent's attacking monster, or by an opponent's card effect while in the owner's monster zone, you can special summon 2 Datascape monsters from your deck with the same type and attribute as each other. You can only use the effect of Datascape Phoenix Fen once per turn. Feng. There we go. And then we have 1 spell card. You can banish 1 Datascape card from your graveyard and target 1 face-up monster on the field. Negates effects until the end of this turn. Even if this card leaves the field, you can banish this card from the graveyard and add 1 Datascape monster from your deck to your hand, and then send 1 card from your hand to the graveyard. You can only use this effect of Datascape Gate Queen Long once per turn. And then 1 trap card. You can target 1 face-up card on the field for 2 of your banished Datascape monsters with different names into the deck and destroy that target. During your main phase, you can banish this card from your graveyard. Then target 1 Datascape monster you control. Increase or reduce its level or rank by 3 until the end of this turn. You can only use the effect of Datascape Gate Zhuhui once per turn. It's a continuous trap card. But yeah. So, these are the 2 new archetypes that we're getting in Rise of the Duelist that's been shown. We haven't seen much of this at the Sotan yet. Obviously, it's going to be the 8th of August, which isn't too far away, which means that any day now they can start showing us more of this archetype. But I'm going to get swiftly your host. If you've enjoyed yourselves here for this long 20-minute episode, please like, share, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out. Happy birthday to me. Goodbye.